Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make oval jump rings and chains. To make the jump rings, I'm going to use this gold 14 gauge aluminium wire, a nylon jaw pliers, a flush cutter, a chain nose pliers, a bent chain nose pliers, and I will be using this clamp to make the large jump rings, and a flat nose pliers. To begin, I'm going to use the nylon jaw pliers to straighten the wire, and you don't have to use the exact wire that I'm using. You can use copper or any other wire, providing that it is a 14 gauge. Next, I'm going to wrap the wire around the clamp. And I'm not wrapping tight, as that will make it difficult to take the coils off. So once I've done a few wraps, I'm going to remove it from the clamp and then place it back at the very tip, as this will make it a lot easier for me to remove the coils. So you are going to make as much jump rings as you like, depending on the length of chain that you are going for. I used 22 jump rings, excluding the clasp, to make my chain. Next, I'm going to use a flush cutter to cut the jump rings. So I'm placing the pliers like this, and I'm going to make my first cut. And I'm using the back of the pliers to cut the wire flush. And I'm turning the pliers around so that I can cut the other side flush. So there's going to be a sharp end left on the wire right here, and you are going to turn it towards the back, then you are going to cut it flush. And then you are going to turn the pliers over to the other side again to cut the other side flush. And this is the technique that you are going to use to cut all of the jump rings. So this is how you are going to close the jump rings. Grip on both sides, then twist back and forth until both ends meet. Next, I'm going to start linking the jump rings to make the chain. And basically, it's just as simple as I'm doing right here. And so you just link until you've got your desired length. And at this point I'm going to use 2 inches of the 14 gauge wire to make a clasp, and I'm just going to make a simple loop like so. Then I'm going to use the round nose pliers to shape the clasp. And to smooth the end, I'm using a jeweler's file, but you can also use a nail file or a piece of sandpaper or a sanding block. So next you are going to connect your clasp to the chain. And moving on to the next chain, I'm using this flat nose pliers to make the coils. So you are going to cut these jump rings just the same as the ones before. To make this clasp, you are going to use 1.5 inches of the 14 gauge wire. So I'm going to make a simple loop like before. Then I'm going to shape the clasp on the first step of the bail making pliers. Next you are going to trim the excess and smooth the end of the clasp, then connect it to the necklace. If this video was helpful, give me a thumbs up, and if it is your first time here, I invite you to subscribe. I do share jewelry making videos on a weekly basis, and thanks to all the subscribers for being here. That's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.